Alright, hey guys, so I'm going to make a video just going over how you're supposed to do all of the activities for days 1 through 4. After today, I'm hoping to just make one video per day, but I know sometimes it's helpful for you guys to see exactly how you're supposed to navigate everything. So, I'm starting with day 1. On day 1, you should have opened the day 1 e-learning slide. Okay, this is just explaining, what we're doing today, what subject, what teacher, all that good stuff. Okay, on this second slide for day 1, you have your list of activities. Activity 1 was the quizzes pre-assessment. You should have clicked here to open the quizzes pre-assessment, logged in, and taken it. This activity was required, but it's not graded, obviously, because it's a pre-assessment. We haven't learned anything yet. Okay, activity 2 is the opening activity. Open the Google Drawings activity shared in the same assignment on Google Classroom, and I'll go to that now. So activity 2 was this. Okay, now the directions here said that we're going to begin studying angle relationships. You're to match the cards that you think are showing the same angle relationship and drag them into a group. Then explain why you grouped the cards in a method of your choice. Why did you group them this way? What do they have in common? What angle vocabulary? Things like that. You could have done a flip grid, which nobody's done so far, or type your responses in the response box. So for this, you should have clicked and dragged. So for example, I think that this card and this card are a match. And then in the response box, I would type something like, I think these cards are a match because they have a sum of 90 degrees. Okay, and then you would just do that for the remaining cards. So if you were unsure how to do that activity, that is how it is done. So I'm going to take off everything I just did. Okay, now when you finish that, you should have turned it in. Activity 3 was to watch this video and this video or read these guided notes. Okay, so there were videos there that you could have watched, and there is a PDF of guided notes for now we're finally learning what these angle types are, how we solve problems involving them. Okay, so you have to read these and watch these videos. If you don't read these, if you just skip over this, then you're gonna be really confused. So basically anything that I would tell you isn't gonna be much different than what's on these videos and notes. So please, please, please make sure you're reading the notes and watching the videos before commenting that you don't understand. And then activity 4, follow this link and complete the quizzes post-assessment. So if you did these, if you truly watched this video and read these notes, you should have done perfectly fine on this. Also, you're at home. You can keep these notes open. You could have these open in another tab and then take the quizzes post-assessment. So you would click this. You're required to sign in for this quizzes and you answer the questions on there for a grade. So for this day, activity 2 and activity 4 were your graded activities. Okay, so for day 2, you open the day 2 e-learning slide. Now on this day, just like you're learning, I learned some stuff too. I decided to add a recap slide. So here I added some videos going over how to do the activities, a recap of the quizzes post-assessment, and then a Google form check-in. You could just click that and you would open the check-in. Okay, your activities are posted here. So activity 1, another quizzes pre-assessment. Read the fine print. This activity is required, but it's not graded. Okay. Activity 2, again, you have to watch these videos and read the notes. These are new notes. Okay, these are all about solving equations with angle relationships. If you watch the video and read the notes, it should all make sense. Okay, and so activity 3, complete the digital activity titled Day 2, Solving for Angle Measures. So that was this. Okay, you would open this. Now you see for slide 1, this is just an example. You don't need to complete anything. Slide 2, student work. Okay, it says in the directions, click and drag the name of the angle relationship. So for example, I would do something like this in the green box. to the correct green box on the template. So these are supplementary, so I put supplementary there. Then type the measure of the unknown angle in the orange box and click and drag to the appropriate spot. So, for example, on here, I know that x, because these are supplementary, x would have to be 30, so I would type 30 and put that box there. Okay, and then you would do the same for slide 4. Now, on slide 4, a lot of people are telling me the angle measure, but for this one, I want to know the value of the unknown variable, okay, not the angle measure. So, for example, if you put 83 for this one, that's wrong, because yes, the angle is 83, but the variable x is not 83, because 4 times 83 plus 3 does not equal 83. Okay, so as you're looking at those, just keep those things in mind. Okay, back to my day 2 slide. Activity 3, we just did. Activity 4, complete the Google form titled Day 2, Writing Equations for Unknown Angle Measures. Quick check. And that is located right here. You will take this Google form and submit it when you finish. Okay, next, these were just some helpful videos for you to watch for that Google Slides activity. I set up some of the equations for you. I showed you how to solve the equations. Make sure you're watching these. Okay, again, let's see, day 2. All right, now, day 3. Okay, so again, you always open the day 3 slides first. Okay, tells you again the topic, teacher, subject, grade, and date. Okay, on this day, the only thing in the recap I had was a Google form check-in, and then you go to your activities. So, review the notes from yesterday. Again, you can watch this video or read these notes. It's very important that if it says to do it, you should do it. Otherwise, you might be really confused. Complete the writing and solving equations for angle relationships Google Drawings activity attached to today's assignment. So I'll go back to our main screen, go to the writing and solving, Google Drawings activity, and read the directions. So step 1, read the angle relationship type in row 1, complementary, supplementary, vertical. Step 2, look at the corresponding image in row number 2. So I look at these pictures, because that's what the questions are going to be about. Step 3, drag and drop the green equation. So for example, this one would go here, to the equation box that it matches in row 3. Step 4, solve the equation for x, then type what x equals beside what it says. So just for example, this is not the correct answer, I'm just putting something random. Let's say x equals 23 when I solve it, I'll put 23 right there. It would be for whatever equation was in row 3. And then step 5, use the x value that you solved for to calculate the missing angles in row number 5. Type the measure of the missing angle in the space provided. So basically, you'll use that x value to figure out, okay, what's this angle measure and what's this angle measure, and type those numbers here and here. And that is how you complete that Google Drawings activity. Okay, and then activity 3 for day 3 is complete this quizzes on all concepts that we've reviewed so far. This counts as a classwork grade. So I have the quizzes here, but something I've also started doing to make it a little easier, if you want to view and work out the questions first, then submit your answers, you could look at the PDF, and if you want to use Kami or something like that, or if you want to print it out at home, if you have access to a printer, you can, and you can answer the questions ahead of time. That way, I know some of us get stressed out with the time limits on quizzes. You could answer the questions ahead of time, but you still have to submit your answers on the actual quizzes. If you just work them out on here, you would get a 0 because I have no way of knowing what your score was. So you can use that to look at the questions, then submit your answers on the quizzes. Okay, lastly, so what I posted on day 3, this was just a little quick check-in. Not a ton of people have responded, but I'd love to hear from you guys, but that's not required. This obviously is the Helpful Videos Hub where I'm posting this video to begin with. Okay, so lastly, day 4. So obviously, as we're used to, we go to our day 4 slides. Okay, this is going to be a review of all angle relationship concepts, has the date that was assigned, the grade, obviously it's math, and we can go to our recap slide. So you can complete this Google form just as a check-in. If you need a refresher of what we've done so far, you could click any of these videos. Now, we'll go to our actual activities. So activity 1, complete the Google form titled Word Problems, Complementary, Supplementary, and Vertical attached to today's assignment. This will count as a classwork grade. So I'll go to today's assignment, day 4 word problems, open this Google form, read the directions, there's some helpful hints here, and answer the 3 questions. Okay, you're halfway done. Activity 2, complete the day 4 review all concepts activity attached to today's assignment. This will also count as a classwork grade. We'll go to e-learning. We'll go to the day 4 review all concepts activities. Okay, the blue box has the directions. So on each slide, you've been given an image and 4 questions about that image. For each question, click and drag the pink circle over your answer choice. So, for example, angle relationship 1, these are supplementary angles. So I will click and drag this circle over supplementary. And you will do that for all 4 questions. Okay, so that's all for day 4. Once I've done that, I know I'm totally finished. Make sure that you're turning in your work. And I think that's about it. I hope that this has made it a little bit easier to understand for you guys of what is expected of you. This will be the longest video. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to just make 1 video each day and add it to the slides as well as that e-learning videos hub. So make sure you're checking that if you're getting confused. Alrighty, have a great day. Bye.